Be the change. Be the change. In the day-to-day life, people, we are, I feel, get up in the morning, do what we gotta do. You get up, you do your morning routine, you go do your daily business, whatever you gotta do to make the money or however, and you always like focusing on what you gotta do next, what you gotta do next, what you gotta do next. And it's always constant stream of figuring things out, or maybe thinking about something from yesterday that is very annoying, bothering you, keeps popping up all the time, and then you keep going about your business, and you go to do your job, and then you focus on that, and then it keeps popping back up, what kind of is annoying, and then you keep going about your business. And maybe something happened, it keeps reminding you, so now you feel sad again a little bit, and then you keep picking yourself back up and you go about your business. And I feel like that is kind of day-to-day living almost for most people, with a lot of stress, with a lot of worries, with a lot of fear, with a lot of feeling not worthy, not good enough, feeling out of place, like don't belong. And it's not a good place to be in. It's not a good place to live in. It's not a good place to, it's not a good way to be a person in. Like for me, I have endured a lot of trauma in my life. A lot of it. I was broken. I was left to my own devices, and I had to put myself back together again. It has been a long, probably 25 at least years journey to put myself back together again. And what I found though, and it's been difficult, it's been hard. I don't talk too much about that. I don't show all of that because it's difficult. It's difficult. And so once you overcome the wounds, the thing is that you can overcome the wounds. You can overcome them. You can allow your life to be what it is. And every so often, if that sadness comes up, if you start talking about it, just allow it to come up so that you can release it. It's okay. It's difficult to be a person on planet Earth. But what I have learned from this journey is that first, life sucks sometimes. It really does. And when it does, it's important to hold on to that little hope that it can be better, because it can. And even though it might not seem like the world around us is doing this and it's doing that, and it's not going to change, it is what it is, or whatever. The world seeming very chaotic and scary and frightful and frightening and all that stuff, and it kind of is too. But the biggest thing is the fear that comes from within ourselves, because once you're full of fear, now you are very easy to control. You're very easy to lead. You're very easy to have to do things, and don't make big decisions when you are in fear, because you don't make good decisions when you are in fear, because you're not in a place of peace. And so this whole thing with the being the change is to transform oneself from within, transform the fear into trust, transform the worry into faith, transform the jealousy into admiration, transform the anger into resilience, transform the depression into vulnerability, transform these emotions that we allow to run our lives in a not so good direction, and transform them. That's what the inner work is about. And when you transform it, you release it from yourself. So now you can be a happy camper on planet Earth, even though the world seems to go to hell in a handbasket, and you can be happy anyway. Like, I mean, not happy for it, but you can at least bring your joy, you can bring your gratitude, you can bring your appreciation, you can bring all of that energy. And that energy is the, what's it called? The antidote to the fear. It's the antidote to the anxiety. It's the antidote to all of that. So if you can bring that to the table, now you are one of the change makers. Now you are one of the people, the light bearers. Now you are one of those that can go about in the world and actually by being the change within yourself, by transforming yourself, you can now have a role in the world to maybe make it a better place. Maybe we can be able to turn it around a little bit so that we don't mess up this whole planet, which we are pretty good at doing at the moment, I would say. But anyhow, I am very grateful to be here. And I'm not going to even say I am grateful. I am feeling so much gratitude. And that's a big difference, because you can say all day long, oh, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that I get to do that. I'm so grateful that I have a job. I'm so grateful that I get to do this. And I'm so grateful that I have this. And I'm so grateful for all of that. And that's what we're supposed to say, isn't it? And that's okay too, but it doesn't really do anything for you. But if you feel the gratitude, you sit down for a moment in that busy day and you just take 10 minutes where you sit down and you just allow everything else to pause for a little bit. Everything else that you got to do, it can wait for 10 minutes. And if you sit there for 10 minutes and you be like, I am feeling grateful. I am feeling appreciation. I am feeling it. And now you're starting to change things. Big difference, like huge difference. It will change everything in your life. If you do that 10 minutes per day, everything's going to change and you're going to notice it very well. Sacral chakra. It would be the second chakra, the energy center that is like a few inches below the navel. That's the area that the sacral chakra is talking about. When it's talking about that, it's talking about a lot of things that has to do with sexuality, with being sensual, with being within yourself, being grounded, being creative, letting go of the things that does not serve you. And how can you access these things? You can focus on it. You can focus, try and contract your muscles in your sacral chakra. And then you can see how far away you are from it, because most people won't even be able to find the sacral chakra from just feeling it, because we're so distant from our bodies, most of us, that we don't think about it. So when you don't think about it, it's kind of like it's not there until you start to think about it. And when you start to think about it, then you have to take some time to find it again. And so finding it again is a good thing. And this is about 2 inches below the navel, from the lower of your back until the belly. Try and feel that area. Try and feel it from within and focus your attention on it. It is very beneficial. Letting go. I release everything that no longer serve me. I release repressed or trapped emotions and their associated beliefs with ease and grace. It's like that annoyance that comes popping up in your day today, and there you go, you're busy doing stuff, and then this thing comes back up again. Okay, this thing might include some people. Maybe you can think about it, feel about it, and allow it to pass through you and just be angry about it and let it out somehow, and then you're done with it. Or you have to maybe talk to the person. Maybe you need to go talk to the person and be like, hey, why did you do that really? And if they can give you an explanation or an apology or whatever, and then maybe you can get over it. And so there are different ways, different tools that you can use to let things go. But when it keeps popping up all the time, there is a message in there for you. And when there is a message in there for you, there's also a little lesson, because maybe you have to do something that is uncomfortable for you to do in order to have that happen, right? And so it's not easy to go approach a person and be like, hey, I'm just curious. I want to just talk to you about this, and to clear the space, clear the air. Where appropriate, I let go of those people and situations that perpetrate hurt and unease. So wherever you feel like people are poking at you, wherever you feel like they are trying to make you feel not worthy, wherever you feel like they're trying to make you feel like, oh, poor you, like you're not even halfway there. Wherever you feel those energies, just avoid those places. Because those tactics are from people who are in need of putting people down. So you want to stay away from it, because some people can be very powerful with that stuff and those emotions and how they explain and how they make you feel in certain ways. And it's kind of sneaky because they come in with a two-faced. So their face they show you is very nice and pleasant and pleasing. And then all the words that is spewing out of them is very detrimental to your emotions. So it happens at once. And if you're a good person, you wouldn't do that to another. So you might not recognize it until after the fact, when you all of a sudden you just notice that, oh, I don't feel so good. My life kind of sucks and I'm not good enough. And then you start thinking thoughts like that after seeing these people. So stay away from them if you can, and just let them do they have their own being to change. They have their own inner transformation that would benefit their life. And until they do, they don't have anything to give you. Simple as that. I release my investment in staying safe and stuck. I release my investment. We invest, including myself, in staying safe and stuck. So sometimes just surrender. I surrender, trust, and allow the light to guide me. Sometimes we have to hop out of our little comfort zones. Mind, body, and soul, people. Mind, body, and soul. Not taking control of your mind. Like, learn how to quiet the mind. Learn how to strengthen your body and nourish your soul with things that make you feel good, things that are good for you, things that are uplifting. Mind, figure out how to quiet your mind. Body, figure out how to strengthen your body. Soul, do things that nourish your soul, that is good for your soul. Feeling gratitude, appreciation. Doing things because it makes you feel good. Like doing things because of the way they make you feel. Get those feelings engaged again. Two of Wands, planning, yeah, seeing long terms here. With mind, body, and soul. Two of Cups, body. Gonna be merging with someone, soulmates, long term. Can see this way into the future. Wouldn't that be wonderful? To find people like that is great. Knight of Wands, good for the soul. Some passionate action here can be good for the soul, absolutely. Mind, body, and soul. Mind, do the planning, long-term planning. Body, don't settle for anything less than what would really fill your cups up, really make you feel good, really make you want to be happy and, whoa, exciting to be alive all of a sudden with this person in my life. Now things changed. Now I'm having more fun. Find that kind of person, then your life will be more fun. And the Knight of Wands, passionate action. Got to take action, taking passionate actions, things that you care about, feelings, like bringing the feelings back up. The goal, justice. Well, justice, I mean, like, justice comes out in many ways. Justice can be the justice system, like the law system that we all have to follow. We all have laws that we have to abide by, like give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar, give to God what belongs to God. And so justice also can be different. Like for me, justice is I want to be happy and I want to feel good because I never did before in my life. And it was all taken from me from many, many, many years of my life. And the only goal I had was I want to be happy and I want to feel good and I want to be happy and have a good life. And that was it. So to me, that is justice. That is justice coming out of trauma, being broken, being wounded so many times over, and to be able to bring that back into balance and to heal up and do those things. And by healing up, you have to put in a lot of work and you have to do the right things. But it's definitely paying off in the end if you should choose to go that route. For justice for me is to be happy. Then the scales will be balanced. Then I can get to experience some parts of my life where I'm actually feeling good. So justice can be many things with different people. And the goal, devil energy. You can always set yourself back. Like that is always a possibility. And the goals, it's always challenging to go for the goals, like to just hop in there and really go for your goals. It's challenging. It takes planning, it takes strategy, it takes coherence. You have to be, it takes determination, it takes resilience, it takes a whole lot of things. If you're going to plan something way out there, and it goes for relationships, it goes for work, it goes for passions things, it goes for hobbies, it goes for whatever goal you have in your life. It takes commitment over time. It won't just be done in like two seconds. Like, okay, I made a decision, now it's done. No, you make the decision, then you figure out what you got to do from where you are until what you want to be. And there you go. Then you hop along on this journey. And the self-sabotaging things, the self-sabotaging And sometimes the goals that we set too, like the Three of Swords. Make sure that it's the goal that you want. Like, make sure that it is justice. And also, when you do set out on goals, then you have to be aware that other people's also, they are having troubles in their life. Everybody's suffering, almost. Everybody is suffering on one level or another. They might not call it suffering. It can be just being very angry. That's a sort of suffering if you ask the Buddha. It can be some kind of just being a little bit sad all the time. That can be that's suffering. Like, it can be being irritated. It can be just being a little bit nervous, but not too bad. You don't really need any medication. You're just constantly always a little bit nervous. All these things are suffering. And so maybe a good goal can be to find justice from the injustice that you have been through. If like me, you have had a difficult life where people have done some unspeakable things. People can do very unspeakable things behind closed doors. And so if you're one of those, then justice might be just to avoid the self-sabotaging, avoid the substances, the thoughts, the things that will keep you from reaching your goal. And also being wise about your choices so that you don't have to be pinched or purged through the heart again. And you don't need, if you have already experienced heartbreaks and heartaches, you don't have to go and find it again. It doesn't have to be a goal to do it again. Sometimes karma will do that to us. Because, and sometimes the goal that we have will take us in that direction where there is going to be temptations. There is going to be heartbreaks and heartaches and all that stuff. And maybe it's perseverance to keep going anyway, because sometimes you just have to get through those things to get to where you want to be. And I guess that's part of living, that's part of exploring, and that's part of experiencing life. When the conflict shows up as the Ten of Cups, then I feel like that is because the expectations that we set to people, places, or things can be just way too high. And the conflict can be also with the Four of Wands. So here's the Ten of Cups, the Four of Wands, and the Ten of Pentacles. So the conflict is actually all these beautiful things. Let's see. So how can that be a conflict in... I think it might be a conflict with the goal, depending on what kind of goal you have set for yourself. Because here, like, you're showing up with someone wanting to connect with someone, like a person, like connecting with someone in a romantic way, in a soulmate way, in a very close way. And so with the goal, then that might be, the conflict might be that these things are also something that you dream of. Like to have that Ten of Cups, to have that fulfillment, the emotional fulfillment, like everything that you could dream of, like that kind of relationship, that kind of experience in life, enjoying life really to the fullest. And being in a committed relationship, having some homecoming, feeling at home and being at home and being happy there. And the Ten of Pentacles, building your time, your energy, your resources, building your wealth. And so these things conflicting with the goal. So maybe there is something that you could look at with your goal to figure out if your goal is going to take you away from all these things that you might want on the bottom, like in your heart. And maybe the goal will take you like into sabotaging, like into temptations, into things that will take you from the true happiness, the true joy, the true bliss, the true gratitude, the true over excessive joy and everything in life, and bring you into heartbreaks. And so maybe the goal is worth looking at. But then you have this other person on your mind. And so this other person on your mind, let's see how they show up. Four of Swords, meditation, rest, Maybe they need some time out. They need some rest. Seven of Swords. Could be sneaky. Could be thinking differently. Could be liar, stealer, cheater. It could be also someone who's thinking outside of the box. This can also be someone who's not honest with their emotions. This is someone who's saying the two-faced people. It can be a positive two-faced, and it can be also a very detrimental two-faced. But two-faced is confusing anyways. So it's better to be one-faced and truthful and honest, and to have people around you who also is able to speak their truth to you. And the Four of Cups. So this person on your mind, they might be overworked, be working a lot. They could use some time out, some rest and rejuvenation. They might be not honest about how they feel about you, or they might be doing something behind the scenes that you don't know about. And also they might not be willing to take this cup that is offered to them. And so they can only see the disappointments of the past, and they can only remember the faces from the past, and they only see these disappointments from the past. And Spirit is trying to give them this new cup. So that might be you. Spirit is trying to offer them your love or your care or your connection. And they might not be able to see it because they are too focused on the past. And sometimes even if they do see it, it's not always that people are willing and have the courage and everything to go into those connections, even though it might be the best thing that ever happened. It's not always that people are going to be willing to go there anyway, and that's okay too. That is a part of life too. But this person on your mind, they look like they need some time out. They might not be quite honest with you, and they might not also be able to receive whatever you are offering them. What would Spirit say about all this? Great Spirit. Eight of Cups. Walk away from what no longer serves you. This can be your goal. This can be the person on your mind. Three of Cups. Celebration. Walk away from what no longer serves you and stay with the things that actually are there in your life, that are actually physically like there to celebrate with you, and they're there to cheer on with you, and focus on those things. The Five of Wands. Drama and kind of conflict. Okay, so Spirit is saying walk away from the things that no longer serve you. Let it go. Letting go. Release everything that no longer serves you. Even if it's like a pet peeve, a pet project or whatever, just release it. If it doesn't serve you and it won't bring you what you actually truly desire, then maybe it's not worth going for it. These are difficult decisions. So it's not just like, okay, I'm just going to let it go. Okay, now I'll let it go. You have to kind of take the process again and let it take the time to allow it to release and to find new ways of thinking about it and find new ways. But always hang on to the things that are actually there physically in your world. And watching clouds. Lie back, rest, and relax. And there is the Four of Swords showing up. And maybe this person on your mind, maybe they are trying to figure out how you both can lay back, rest, and relax together. Maybe. Or maybe this is you needing to just let go of everything. Watch the clouds for a little bit. Find that inner stillness. Be a good manager of your mind. Be a good manager of your body. And be a good manager of your soul. And you will find clarity. Ace of Swords. Clarity. Release. So you will know what to release. And you will know what to do. You will know what to do. You have the Ace of Swords. It's going to bring clarity. So if you take your time out, be still for a little bit. Ask, what is it that I need to let go of? I'm asking, I need to let go of things too. What is it that I need to let go of? What is it that I need to hold on to? What is the good things in my life that I can celebrate and togetherness? And what are the drama things that I want to avoid? Esther and Abraham Hicks says, in the wonderful feeling of the vibration of appreciation, where no resistance exists, you will be in an exaggerated state of allowing appreciation with no resistance. Just appreciation, just 10 minutes of pure appreciation. Muster it up. How does it feel when you really, really, really appreciate something? And just sit there and feel that for like 10 minutes out of the day. You will be in an exaggerated state of allowing. You will be in the vibrational state where the things that you desire can flow easily into your experience. The better it gets, the better it gets. The beautiful light in me, it honors, respects, loves the same beautiful light in you. And until next time, namaste.